What I did at ABC News Channel 20 can definitely help you improve and perhaps accelerate your career. As I walk you through my 3.5 years there, please know it was all a lesson to me. A lesson in that life is not about a lack of resources, but rather a lack of resourcefulness. Here's a timeline of my career at ABC News Channel 20. I started interning in January 2007 as the legislative session started. The internship was like having a job. It was regular working hours, 5 days a week. It was helping the political reporter put stories on the air, researching stories for the next day, and working on my own stories. The internship would end in July at the end of the legislative session. It was all tied to my master's degree in public affairs reporting. The first thing to happen to me that changed my life there, when the woman who produced the Fox branded newscasts was leaving to become a reporter in the Quad Cities. My news director asked me to apply. I did, along with somebody else. I had significant live newscast producing experience from college, so I knew how to produce a half-hour show, as well as how to time the show, or in industry slang, booth the show in the control room. It's slang because booth is the slang term for control room, so booth the show means that you're going to go time this thing out. As the job interview, they had me shadow the producer, and during it, I offered to back time as well as time the whole show. I got the job and now found myself working 7 days a week. 5 days a week as an intern, and now the weekends as the official part-time employee producing the Fox newscasts. The next big break happened that May. One of the anchors of the 2-anchor weekend team wasn't re-signed. No gossip there, he just wasn't re-signed. What was interesting about that decision was that he was both the weekend anchor and the weekend newscast producer. At the same time that was happening, another reporter, a one-person band, left the station. He combined the weekend producer part of this weekend producer anchor job and the full-time one-man band into one job minus the anchoring. So this meant that there wouldn't be a 2-anchor team on the weekends, only a single anchor. And honestly, a single anchor is actually pretty standard on the weekends. To save even more money after making 2 jobs 1 job, he hired me. So this meant that I was now promoted from producing the single branded Fox newscasts to the 2 daily ABC branded newscasts on both Saturdays and Sundays. My actual weekends were originally scheduled for Thursday and Friday, but quickly changed to Mondays and Tuesdays for the rest of my time there. I reported on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as a one-person band, and again, produced the weekends. As you'll quickly figure out on the job, or possibly have already, you don't always get assigned the stories that you want to do. And that's even if you've pitched good stories. That happened to me all the time. But in all fairness, it happens to everybody and is a part of the job. So I did something creative. I did the stories that I wanted to do on the weekends. My regular producing shift started at 1:30 p.m. The first show would go on the air at 6 p.m. and the second show 10 p.m. What I would do is come in early on some Saturday mornings and cover the feature stories I wanted to. I would then switch gears and start producing at 1:30 and go until 10:35 p.m. when the last newscast got off the air. I'd then update the website with the latest news and video and then go into an edit bay and both log and write my story. There were times I was so excited about the story I was doing that I would go and I would sleep on the couch in promotions overnight. Yes, I would sleep at the station. This is that couch right here with some gear on it. I would usually wake up about 7 a.m. Sunday morning, voice the story, and then start to edit the story. I would then produce the Sunday shows and finish editing on my dinner break, which was usually about 7 p.m. I would then go and I would produce the rest of the 10 p.m. newscast and actually put my finished package there. Now, I didn't do this every weekend, but when there was a good story or something I was excited about, I certainly would, because I is the producer and sort of the boss to the reporter side of me. I wasn't going to tell myself no. I could produce a newscast, and again, these were features, so I could approve my own pieces. And believe it or not, Some of these pieces won regional and national Murrows and would also sweep the AP awards for feature reporting, videography, and writing. They would also get me my first Emmy nomination. This success is also what helped get the attention of the news director at NBC5 in Dallas-Fort Worth when I applied there. The National Murrow especially got her attention, and we'll talk more about how I got that job in depth in a future video. In fact, there are many stories from my time at ABC News Channel 20 folded into the videos below and throughout the course, because all of this hopefully communicates that if you work hard and are resourceful, great things will happen. If you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to reach out. I'll see you in the next video.